Okay. One second. I'm just trying to see if LibreOffice is fixed. Still freaking broken. Okay, after stream today, I'll end stream a little bit early today, and I'm going to like scrub friggin' LibreOffice from my system and hope that that's enough to like actually clean it up. Kiss your firstborn. That reminds me, I need to update the well. The last update was in 183.3. It is currently 185.4, so it's two. Not the start of a new season. Not first season. Not season, not season, not season, not season. Not fall. Hematite turns to steel. Oh no, hematite doesn't apply. It's been less than 4 turns. Or has the 4th turn passed? Is 184 would be divisible by 4. Okay, point is we could. I think I've screwed this up before, so I'm going to say no on the hematite thing. Which means the forge doesn't generate. We get a major wealth from contracts. Need to roll that. Need to roll that 1000 face die. That's the 10. So it is major and too significant. I'm going to add a clarifying note to this so I can roll 1000 base die. One's place is the 10% check. 10s plus 100s. 100 is the 1% check. So that is 1 major, 2 sig. 3 significant. And that's per season. This is contract with Mill Country. Oh wait, no, that's not. That's that contract. Yeah. 301 9, and then -3 is 6. Oh, that's that one. Okay. Uh, Hey, Koba. I mean, if you think about it, a Roomba with a shotgun is still a cleaning thing. So it is still removing unwanted items in your home. Hmm. Hmm. Then isn't that more of a Roomba landmine? There's no shotgun involved. Then it's not a shotgun. It's a shotgun-shaped bomb. Therefore, it is still a Roomba landmine. The shape does not matter when it comes to shotgun. Say to shotgun or bomb. It is simply the function. A shotgun is a large smooth bore weapon that is able to fire like shotgun cartridges, which can vary from slugs to shot. And shot is like a cartridge filled with multiple small projectiles and a single explosive charge. That's what the shot in shotgun is. It's bird shot or buck shot or whatever else shot. And that is a payload of uh, uh, hmm. So did you die from the Roomba shooting you, or did you die if... Okay, so if the Roomba killed you with a shotgun, then it's still a Roomba with a shotgun, and if you were not supposed to be in that room, then... then the Roomba did have good aim. But... Koba, I have a question for you. Do you know who Lord Stabbington is? Well, it's not... It's Mr. Stabbington. Okay, cheers. Moves through the sky easily. The bundle enormous. Yeah. I can't find the post where they name Mr. Stabbington. The only ones I can find are for Mr. Stabby, which I know came after Mr. Stabbington, which is weird. Enormous pillars. Yes, it's a Roomba with a kitchen knife taped to the top of it. Technically, I believe I'm trying to remember if this predates the Roomba fights or not. Yeah. Um. The Hikume moves through the sky easily, you know. Creaking. Ominously against the restraint. In the distance. The next clearing is already visible. I think it was... I think it was my botched Linux install. Realistically, that should have taken me half an hour at most. If I had been smart and taken a snapshot of Windows, it would have taken me a half an hour tops. But I was an overconfident dumbass, and it basically made my computer a mess for like 2 days. Because I had to like and it's still kind of screwy, you can see with LibreOffice. But I basically had to rebuild Windows from like a copy of my C drive. Huge ass mess. Plus side, I now have CachyOS, which is proven to be really good, except for my tablet, which is kind of messy. I'm kind of tempted to switch away. Like, the thing is, I like KDE, and KDE is nice. So I think if I ever do fully leave Windows, I'll just have a separate Mint install, I guess. I don't know, something along those lines. Or maybe just see if there's another, like if there's a used drawing tablet I can pick up, because I do want a bigger one. So if I can find a good cheap one again, then maybe I'll do that. There's also another thing at work, which is a huge pain in my ass because because the corporation I work at was an absolute, like, has probably the shittiest rollout of a data protection policy that I can imagine. It's taken me like over a week to send one document. In the distance, the next clearing is already visible. Workers are having cut down any vegetation in this space. And provided. Wait, I need to see something. By the way, I've added the additional 2 major wealth charge for doubling up on the large projects team. Um, 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 I assume that's what would want situation. Yeah. Yeah. And the raw material put in place. With as they descended, the anchors were This is why you need to play Factorio. Factorio teaches you this. Cost down. And ladders lowered to the ground so that so you get money for the task and not for like the benefit? That makes sense. Like with all of their quote-unquote child protection initiatives, it would make perfect sense for them to ban Roblox. Were there other ways of getting money? Thanks to cost down, ladders lower to ground. And the crew forward. Maybe you may. And the ship itself lowered to rest on the. And then contributing coolant was probably the best option, unless there were other ways to contribute to the reactor. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Okay. Reactor as it is under the. Okay. Like, what other tasks give you money? Like, you said that renewing the coolant gives you some money. What other tasks give you money? Because that is the output that matters here, right? There is um there's two outputs from the act of producing. So each time you get uh each time the coolant price increases by 500, the act of depositing stuff to improve coolant gives you like gives you 3 more days, but also some money, right? Um, are there? So you said that getting money early helped you, right? Uh, 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 uh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's complete. That is a completely arbitrary statement at this point. The thing is, you said the benefit of working on the cool. You said that you wasted money by like um doing the coolant task even when so you wasted resources doing the coolant task even when the coolant was already full, but you got money for doing that task. Are there any reactor tasks that also generate money? Hmm. In that case, as long as you have like an overflow bay with enough coolant, enough uh, materials. Yeah, nice. Yeah, and cosmic costume. Rest of the the work teams descend on the rhythmic beach echo. Hey Salman, how you doing? Okay. That's interesting. So that yeah, pasta can be weird. Okay. Rhythmic beat was kicked that to walk. Posts were laid down. Central columns constructed in short order. No, my internet should be fine. Like, I don't even have the possibility of my VPN interfering with things right now because... Okay, cheers, man. And walls for soon after. Lay down the outpost quickly. Sorry. Walls soon after. People lay down the outpost quickly, building up the skeleton in near. As hours passed and the moved on. Story. Others moved into the building. Outfitting, bringing in the basic furniture. These and healing the surfaces. And staining the exposed. The result was a simple. There was a simple yet elegant structure with a collection of functional There's also, the collection of functional things. Solid, or not sure. Benches. Long benches dominated the walls of the receiving. Then the office. The office contained other and large table with which to handle requests. The storage room was pretty cool. Well protected and painted with the insides of a chill not unlike a wine cellar. Permeating the space. The next floor okay. Next floor dominated by the next floor is largely empty, with slots in place for with a collection of movable partitions to allow whichever person is assigned, that will be assigned to this place to easily configure to their life. Similarly, a number of other materials is the number for pieces are provided, including the bed, seat, kitchen. So a small work. Say small area is established at once. In one corner, food preservation, with access to the next to a large cistern, fed from the roof runoff. Hide to prevent any fire damage. Around several more simple buildings are constructed around the central tower. At this point, little more than sheds, but with them each being given, so even each being allocated a few panels for internal reconfiguration. Then, to cap it all off, the key rises into the air. One of the large columns now slung under on it. The capital it is a delicate operation. With cables hanging from the bottom, from the column itself, used to carefully coordinate the process, lowering the ACC into place atop the new build. Isn't much longer before it finally before it locks into place. The Tsubasa member of the party scrambles up the column, connecting the brand. As I connecting the tool to it. And after a few moments drawing it back, the connection finally complete between the yeah. Do you there's this really interesting like insight that someone had. How do do the characters in a horror movie know they're in a horror movie? Because and someone did a experiment where they ran a table like a D&D game where it was really a horror game, but they just said it was action adventure in the beginning. And according to them, within the first session, every single major horror trope happened, just like naturally. Final complete between this. They settled in for good meal and they take a short splitting up, just like opening random boxes and like looking into all sorts of places, opening random doors, like going into the dark, approaching weird noises instead of staying away, that kind of thing. They take break for meal. Meal and to rest for the night. As the sun rises. And with that, they are off again to the next station. Yeah. The next stage. Said next outpost. Outpost on the way to. uh, uh, um, mm, mm. As you return to shore from the uh, attack, um, the toxic, the tentacles bound. So the tentacles, um, uh, you hear a sharp cleave in the water. Water where the um creature was continues to bubble as the tendrils, even those cut free, say severed from body, continues to writhe and the poisonous mist continues to grows thicker. The beast, as you hover over the carcass and recover from the beast's body, continues to twist and writhe in the water. And undulate in the water, shedding all sorts of tentacles into the ocean around it. Still, it doesn't seem to be say moving all. They seem to be doing much else. It isn't moving, reacting to any sort of stimulus. The crews on the ship keep attempting, should attempt to halt the effort with more electrical attacks. Say more shock to the severed limbs. But they continue to flail about, spraying the strange gel wherever they are all over. Okay, let me back in just a second. Okay. Um, use at the as the main body starts to um starts to fall in. You receive the signal from the ships below to start making your way to the shore. As you make your descent, you notice that the that that deluge of smaller tendrils seem to be building up on you. Have that if you ever find out, please tell me. Uh, mm, mm. As you make it, notice that over, so you make descent towards the beaches. You head in a little further inland to avoid messing up the bottom. You find so you head a little further down the shoreline to avoid the washed up pieces of the beast and the strange and the goopy masses of whatever whatever it is excreting from its roots. Home needs request. Virtual rhythmic with a song on their lips. Minutes. Okay. Okay, give me like 30 seconds. Be back. Okay, let's get. Oh, what? Okay. It was gone before. It was gone. Pick it out among the that thing. No. Still, they continue to delve deeper. The underground town was impressive. They were mostly empty, with only a few of the with only a few of the apartments. Having shown any signs of significant apartments of significant habitation. Unfortunately, not much more than some personal effect could be person were clothes, couple odd content largely left behind, be examined by more adept historians. Historians down the line. Continue. Or perhaps some. The next floor was surprisingly well built, with well lit, dozens of well cleaned corridors. And, there were, however, large store rooms containing what looked like mech, possibly enough to assemble entire mechs from what was left behind. Large tunnels extended off into the distance, likely leading to other entrances elsewhere in the area. Those would have to be though that, however, would have to the next floor was surprisingly well. Um, 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 Hey Zed, how you doing? A large. Um, um, mm, mm, uh, yikes. That's messy. But hey, at least it wasn't the RAM. So some good news there. They can't just do a motherboard swap and wait for the RMA on their end. Wish you the best of luck, man. HP. HP is over here. What are you thinking thinking about them? Launch. Corridor. The large passageway. The large of me to a branching off. Lined with some sort of yes. Okay. Okay, interesting. Cool. Walls here were also thicker. I could more harsh. As they entered lethal room, and found the extremes. The first space, decontamination. This separated the depths from the entryway. Decontamination room separated the depths from the entryway. Once they had cleaned themselves off, they were admitted to yet another. The rooms here open up the stream of concern began to under everyone. Excitement once more. The first room seemed to be the hydroponics rooms. That's always fun. Extensive enough to feed though admittedly an entire ecosystem. Small the cryobanks included a host of different samples. That's fun. Samples. Various ones, and even fish eggs, and juvenile small juvenile animals that could be easily small juvenile animals. And a number of animals that could be trivially cryopreserved. Trivially present. Each had a clear description of their nutritional properties, various guidelines, as well as options for further cultivation. As well as a number of options for establishing re-establishing these farms. Fish eggs. Even a number of animals small enough that um, the first room seemed to be some sort of um mm, echoed more harshly. The only only a single door was available before the decontam the pass the extending off towards towards mech, sorry, towards another mech thing. Um, 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 uh, uh, Um. Um. Extending off to another map. And another corridor. And heading off to heading off of floors. The short so the floors were coated in some sort of resin, and it it didn't travel long, very far before ending a large set of blocks that were marked, that were labeled for decontamination. Labeled for decontamination. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Okay. Blast doors that were labeled for decontamination. There's a large sliding large. Only 2 doors. So there were only 2 doors. Wait, before the before the say 2 other doors, one labeled the control that was itself not particularly large, with a few empty work tables, a large bank of computers dominating one wall. Turning them off revealed camera feeds and Waldo controls what looked like a number of labs. Various whatever turning them on revealed the number of people and what turning say the jostling the controls brought up camera feeds say for what looked like several labs that likely lay beyond the each mm, mm, let's see. And each Christine whatever was going on. Say it seems whatever was going on to have been cleaned up. The controls didn't seem to do anything first class. The concern grew. Jim's eyes swept across the looking for who might be, but everyone was too close. Clean read on. Okay. Without saying anything more here would mean so anything more here would be issues. So it would likely require too much extended work to time and work to do during this. We should move. Alba offered. We can come back. Taj nodded. Nate said the computer. I said the other wing. It's the technology. So the main computer. I said the other room is apparently the IT. The other door says it has the IT wing. Has the main computer. So good. Sorry. To see. Slowly. I will want to be able to spend my time. So I want to have enough time to avoid causing any and the other room is apparently input. I say IT. I say the other door is listed as the main IT, the IT wing. So there might be something more pressing. But across the hall to a much larger, with a much larger room, dozens, with computer consoles lining not only every wall, but each side of two large hollow tank that ends with hollow tanks dominating. Beside taking up most of the lower space. Is the monitors immediately with you say with the only the only say even the door was framed with the only exception was heavy metal door in the corner labeled most showing default. One was still the one instead opened to an active user session. For management console. Several but one with an active okay, over to this with several applications open. As the loops spread out through the loop, followed Alba over to the so over to the station that was unlocked. Right. Lieutenant Hannigan. 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 Okay, and then we want to edit Taj. Dr. Hawk. Orchard. The doctor. Watching as her eyes scanned over what looked like communication slots. As her hands moved, his hands were sideways. He grabbed the stream, well, some grew to outright here. Their hands moved in a flash as the decision crystallized in her mind, and her hands were what? She was attempting to her touch the Jin yelled. Their hands playing for reaching to her own, and they redirected the shot from the laser rifle pistol into the ground. The other soldier ran over, joining Jin in pinning her. Hitting her to the floor, gripping any weapons and tying her hands together. Hands and legs together. Was she in they pointed there in the direction of the screen. She was looking at that, or she did anything. That, and then decided to manipulate yeah. Not what's sorry. Not entirely sure. Looking at it seems to be referring to some sort of record. Doctor. Looked at that quickly. That's communications records. Looks like it's it's it looks like it's referencing some sort of project that was some sort of from what I can see, it's it was messages being sent her hands moved here. Do we say still carefully examining the what's this as they finish fully pounding. Hannigan and began or not sure. But they were in contact, or they seem to be they were just kind of the Star League, and what her voice was shaking, and some sort of memory, and some sort of some sort and for some sort of memory core. This message, it has documents attached to it. A lot of new documents. What? She shakily points to one of the other. Her hand trembles as points towards one of the other windows. That's a management console for storage memory core. It has copies of stuff and a lot more. I think this Jin's eyes scanned over. Jin scanned over the names of the files. If no, I think it is. I think this might be an Ash Starly technology. I recognize this one. It's paper on fusion install Good job. I need to sit down. Certain laws. Urgent towards no. We need to find out why this caused why Halloween. Oh, what's up, Spruce? Not sure what's up with that. Reacted like that too. Everyone, out to the out to. Yeah, it is indeed difficult. Yep, this is the next update for March. Well, this is not the next update. This is me continuing to build my backlog for marching across the inner sphere. If I finish this today, which is not looking entirely likely, but is not looking unlikely either, I will still be on track for my 2 chapters written. I have Mercenary Clan Quest, which is a quest. It's not really a fixed story. And this is an actual story where I control most of it. Everyone. We are going up a floor and finding room to interrogate her. Yeah. She's struggling in her bones, and even attempting to bite down something, but was able to lash her jaw. Stuff papers in her mouth. Place some. So I was able to stuff some of the rope in her mouth to keep doing whatever it was to keep her from doing what it was until they made it up to the previous floor. Once the false tooth was extracted, and she was Well, they got to. So, I set her up. Why were you trying to access it? Her face was still call, so unmoving. As I in the face of the rest of the expedition raid around. Eyes. Scan Surgeon. Focus on each of them. Looking for enemy that didn't seem sharp. That was a little low. None of the others seemed to be. Good night then. But any but nod. Side nod if yes. Your head. No. Again. Were you trying to good night. Were you trying to? Were you trying to? Trying to? Were you attempting access? Certain duration. Load to her. But she didn't move. Um, mm, mm, oh wait, that's right. I don't need to copy it anymore, do I? Okay. Mm. 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 Um, um, mm, even after offering her food in exchange. Any attempt to free her was met with her attempting to bite off her own tongue. How far it goes. She didn't respond. Juma went up up to the surface towards the ISAP's signal. So to update on the scene. But even after a long night, but even as night began, so even after night, and two more missed meals, she refused to descended into the Jin descended into so Jin and Dr. Bird spent the time scanning the memory exam carefully. Confirm the nature of what is here. Extensive log copies of what look like I mean, what does the experiment look like? Because if it's like a proper simulation where they have like all the different equipment and it's like a game style interface where you're manipulating each thing in sequence, it could be useful. Dozens of video courses. That seem to be straight from the SLDF. Said that were emblazoned with SLDF. Branding covered all sorts of details and specifications surrounding the maintenance and operation of all kinds of military equipment. And like, yeah. And if you have, but yeah, there's no real replacement for actual lab time, but it can still be useful. But the real treasure trove were the white papers. Urgent, even risk connecting their own. One of even copied those onto. They even began to be pains of connecting carefully using one of the note peters in one of the means of modifying their own note here to present as a bear as a dumb storage device, allowing the system to and copying over in the copying over as many of them as we. Some were things they were familiar. Fusion sciences, including copies of those story papers by their name and Frida. KF Drive. Aquarium. Like fusion cell. Oh. In fact, the core contained several papers that from the pair that see even in BTU's library, nor in the GOB. What the real prize? But the shining gem of this trope is paper after paper on the KF drives and KF of how KF KF drives, KF booms, and KF theory in general. Expansion after expansion, detailing upon those initial papers that were dated as late as the waning years of the star. As the second night as the second night met with more failure from Juno's on the hunter. Juno stared into the simulated of before and again and while they and there wasn't much more that could be done without bringing back additional Sorry. While let me. Bump. Juma had shared. Juma and Hime decided that it would be for the best that Juma said that they return to Umua, bring back what was needed while Jim and Dr. Hochberg did their best to analyze and speak for and would go back with them in the hopes that something could be extracted from her. Which they would be leaving. More. And June wasn't. And the security track record of the entire war had been immensely spotted. Jim wasn't certain that Hannigan they would not either be killed or broken out before she spilled her secrets. They through the room. Her mind. They. Okay, I'm gonna. Rose to their feet. And this. Thoughts of vision. Several thoughts of one of their visions. Their mind. They nodded to the gods as they entered into the room. No. Examined the deceased underlying distaste that filled her mind as she looked at him, then reached out to place hand against place a hand against the side of her head. They climbed into the resort, making their way deeper to the facility. Eventually, the passageway. They reach out with, so they focus on the strange electric fog that roiled against the corners of their mind. Sending it along there. Still getting used to the tingling sensation as our focus to there. Then they drew away, glimmering. Glimmering. Lavender red. And a strange sense of confusion spread face. Jim stepped behind her. Stepped to her side and reached out against her temple. Jim placed their own head, and delved into the memory that inspired such disdain. The first thing that stuck out to them were the roads. Comstar roads. For the uniforms, the blue capes with gold trim, that would not be mistaken for the uniform of the Home Guard. The man with the presenter Illyria Dowd. He can't afford finding anything. We are still going over the communications records from this time period, but there are records of concerning files being routed towards the Castle Brian. If stay close, but do not stay close and do not let anything and would it not be better to simply the familiarity that underlay those words was ancient so the bomb nation seems to be able to on its efforts are to stay. No, unless they do stumble across something, you must remain as an observer. It is the only thing we have found that allows us to have is anywhere. Anywhere in that damned complex. Okay. The briefing. They return memory into the keeping an eye on an individual, and at the same time drawing the nascent threads of knowledge. Knowledge pooling in her mind. Once again, that same disdain. The fear vanished once again, placed with that disdain. As Jin's voice, let's say, entered her ear. This isn't the first time. I wonder what other you have. So what other treasures you have stolen from the inns? Because you an odd self. Yes. Began to percolate through her mind and followed back to another memory. And began to draw that. Chapter starts. Ajax is deployed. Chapter starts. Jun, Ime, Grayson, all are boarding the new the new Bifrost station. Once here, Jun Dungeon. Brings up. Create. Okay. That's where we're gonna end off for today. Bye, everyone.